Hey guys, good morning. It is 9:05 and I totally forgot to turn the light on. So I am at 279 point, I can't fucking see it. I think it's 279.1. Yeah. So half a pound. Not bad. Not bad today, Good job. I was gonna say all in a day's work. But yeah. That seems to be a good middle ground. So just gotta be consistent. I don't know, I'm oddly excited today. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I might do some cleaning. Who knows? Alright, I'm going to do things. So I guess you'll see me in a little bit. Bye. Hey guys, it is 12:45. I got my food. And man, I am tired. And it's only 12:45. I wrote 1,100. It was like a little over 1,100 words today, so that was great. And then I went to the gym for an hour and did my walk. And man, the person that was a couple machines over, I'm just gonna say it, she smelled really, really bad. And I was like halfway through, and there was like one other machine like halfway across the room, but like the entire area around her was just like dead with like there was like so many empty machines like around her. And it's like, man, I feel bad, but it's just like I understand where she's at in her path. It's like, I totally get it. She's kind of, I would assume, based on she's struggling with weight. She's probably feeling really depressed. Because you're depressed, there's like lack of hygiene, and just not really caring. And then you get that one day where you're like, okay, today's the day I'm going to do my workout because I need to stop and change something. Like, I've been in that loop before, so I know how hard it is. So that's where it's like, I feel really bad for her that she's kind of stuck in that loop right now. And it's like, it's hard to see. It's just hard to see is really what it boils down to. And it really just I have like a headache. It just affected me like really bad. And in hindsight, maybe I should have moved, but I used it as a form of practice to practice my ability to be in a situation that is not pleasant, that I'm choosing to still be in, and not letting external influences change my behavior. Like, I could have walked away, and there was a few times where I thought about I could just stop at 35 minutes. Well, I could just stop at 45 minutes. It's been 50 minutes. I mean, that's something, right? But I was like, no, I'm going to do the full hour. I don't care. I need to do it. And I'm glad I did, but like, yeah, I just still have like that lingering headache. And then I came back and the microwave was acting up because it just keeps tripping the breaker. It just keeps getting past that point where it trips the breaker. Annoying. It was just annoying. And I'm like, okay, today's one of those days where it's just, it feels like it's going to be a struggle to do the normalcy. But I'm basically done with stuff that needs to be done for the day. So at this point, I guess the only thing left is to do, what's it called? The thumbnail for today's video. Which takes, again, like 5 or 10 minutes. So eat food, bang that out, and then if I just want to meditate and relax for the rest of the day, I can. So I'm actually looking forward to that. And I feel gross, so I'm probably going to take a shower and do the Just conditioner. See how that goes. But yeah. In a weird way, even though it's been like, it was like a little chaotic, I still feel really good. Like, yeah. Like, my mood doesn't need to change because the world around me is chaos, right? And that's kind of obviously, like, in the grand scheme of things, having the microwave turn off a couple times and, like, dealing with someone who isn't smelling great, like, those are very minor things, right? But you can kind of extrapolate this towards, like, this is almost like a recognition that I'm going down the right path when it comes to keeping myself and the external world separate in terms of, like, hey, my emotions don't need to be dictated by something outside. It's all internal. So, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go eat my food. So, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hello. It is 8:29. I got my cereal and chickpeas. I just kind of vibed for a little bit. I went to a couple stores, just did stuff. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I talked about the walk and the other stuff earlier. Still haven't done the thumbnail. I'm gonna do it after this, but I'm a little tired, so I'm gonna enjoy my food before I do it. I really do want for my stuff to be like a full week worth of stuff scheduled. It was really nice when I didn't have to like worry about putting the thumbnail up or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I've been listening to my book. I'm on book 3 actually of the Healer the Healer book. It's been fun. And I'm really starting to think about the things that matter to me when it comes to like possessions. Not necessarily things that are expensive or things that I quote unquote like, but more about like, if I was, like, hypothetically, if I was to clothes on my back, like, what is the thing I'm putting in my backpack aside from like essential stuff? Like, let's just assume that food, shelter, and all of that stuff are taken care of. What are the things, if I could like only pack maybe like my car, what would I actually be bringing along? And I'm like, well, obviously I'd be bringing my computer, right? After that, it kind of, like, I have a bowl, I have spoons, or a spoon, a fork, and a knife. I have a cutting board. I just ordered some ceramic measuring utensils, like the spoon, the little like teaspoons, and then also the cups, because I just wanted something more me, if that makes sense. So I picked out something. It's not like, maybe someday I will, like, when I have more time, maybe I make my own measuring cups or whatever, but for now they'll be fine. I have a laptop. I like rarely, if ever, use it. Obviously some clothes, but all of my clothes kind of fit in a hamper, so, or at least the ones I use. I have like a bunch of stuff from like 20 years or 15 years ago. Like, I have a couple suits and some button-up shirts and stuff, but I'm not thin enough to wear them right now. However, I am slowly whittling down. So, like, I'm in the 70s, the 270s. So, like, you know, once I hit into the 260s, then it's like, okay, like, you know, some really good progress. Not that the 270s are not progress, but, you know, I've been here before. So once I hit like the 260s, like 264, 263, that's when I'm like, okay, like, I've made some serious like inroads on stuff. And that might be where my first wall is, where I'll have to ramp up the exercise and the intensity on things. We'll see. But for now, everything's working as intended. Anyway, getting back to it, I'd probably, I mean, I guess like the computer stuff, it counts, like the mic and the webcam that I'm using. I also have a Switch. I like the Switch. I really want to have a Steam Deck so that I have all of my Steam games on the Steam Deck, so that I don't have to worry too much about it. But the Steam Deck kind of only does like half of the games well. It's like there's a like approved list, so that's kind of sucky. And then the Steam PC that they were planning on launching is like, because of all of the like supply issues for tech, because of all of the AI stuff, it's kind of fucked that. So who knows about what's going on there. And I mean, obviously I'd like to take like supplies that I have, but that can all fit in kind of a box or two. Like I have my like cereals and my nuts and my, I guess for now, canned chickpeas. But I plan on actually upgrading to a bag of dried chickpeas. I got a 5-pound bag. It's certified lipase free, which is really important for, stuff in that wheelhouse. Because lipase is used as an agent that, like, is really unhealthy for us if we consume it. And they quote unquote wash it, but like, if it's not certified lipase free, you don't actually know if there's residue. So, but guess I'd probably take like my disc plates. I have a few disc plates that have like some wizards, so that'd be kind of cool. I have like a box of my keepsake stuff that I've gathered over the years. It's like memories and, that kind of stuff. I tried to make sure to limit it all to one box so that I didn't like constantly collect more and more things over time. And I don't really look at it, so it's more of like, like a little bit of old pictures and just stuff that I kind of remember as a kid. So, yeah. But other than that, I can't really think of anything else that really matters. Like, obviously my blankets would be cool. So, but, like if there was new blankets over it wherever I was heading to, like it wouldn't be a priority, right? So, guess that's kind of the answer. I feel like each move that I've made over the years, like moving from by myself to moving into the first house I lived in, and then moving from the first house to the second house that I'm currently living in, each one I've successively like shrunk what I bring with me. So it's like when I first moved from the old apartment to the first house, there was this walk-in closet, and I kid you not, there were boxes like floor to ceiling for almost the entire closet. And over the span of like a year or two, it was just like slowly working on like one box at a time, figuring out what's in there, figuring out like, do I actually need any of this stuff? And it's like, it was a filtering process, and it was incredibly helpful, but it took a long time. And then the second time I actually spent like 6-ish months, or not 6 months. It's like 3 or 4 months where it's like we knew that we were moving. And I spent that time just like, okay, I gotta even shrink down more, because I don't want to keep like lugging around stuff that doesn't really have a purpose. So I did that. Now I'm down to pretty much, I have a closet that has like, 5 boxes of like more like storage stuff that you're not going to bring out every day. And then I have some shelves. Like I have two calyxes. I really like calyxes a lot, actually. And they're just kind of sparsely, I have a bunch of tech stuff like wires, and I have a box of wires and a box of, I have my old CD player from like when I was like 15. And funny enough, I think the only CD I have is the Kelly Clarkson CD, the first one that she released. and she's from American, the like one of the first American Idols. I don't really know what happened to her. Like, seems like she doesn't even remember her first songs anyway. So I'm just like, well, okay. Also, I'm not a kid anymore, so those songs don't really resonate in the same way they did when I was a kid. But yeah, I think in a weird way, I think some of the most important things are just my computer and the stuff that I have saved. I have a NAS server that has like, well, I guess technically it's only 20 terabytes because I've RAID 2'd the whole thing, but it's like 80 terabytes of like raw storage that's been like rated down to about 20. Most of that stuff's like movies and stuff that people like ask, but you know, takes a lot of time to get stuff over, and yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like multiple times I've thought like I could totally be one of those van guys that like lives out of a van. I'd rather not, because I do enjoy a lot of the comforts of an actual like place that I stay at. But I could totally manage doing that. I just think like taking a shower would be a pain in the ass. Although I do have a gym membership, so like I could just take a shower there. Done that in the past. Not that I really enjoy taking showers there, but it's better than nothing. So it's been 14 minutes of just me rambling about stuff, but this is what I've been thinking about, so I guess that's why I'm talking about it. I feel like something's coming. I don't know necessarily if it's just a me specific thing or if it's like a people in general thing, but I've been feeling like I'm gonna run into someone in the next couple months that is gonna give me an offer to go somewhere, maybe temporary, maybe more permanent, I don't know. And it's probably going to be really scary to think of, whatever the offer is. Scary, and like it's going to be totally new with no people I know, but I feel like that's, whatever that is my everything I've been trying to manifest for years and years and years. It's all kind of coalescing into that one moment. And I'm both excited and scared. And so it's kind of like I feel like I have to like clean again and condense even more to make it like super easy for me to just do what I need to do. So, and the current me is like, well, I wouldn't want to move, right? But I don't want to limit myself, and if my stage is somewhere different, it'll show up and my gut will let me know. For now, all I need to do is eat healthy, work out, write my book. Those are the 3 goals. And obviously record the process. Doesn't matter about anything else. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it being simple. I'm on chapter 8 of writing my book. I'm at like almost 20,000 words so far. My chapters are getting long. Like the last chapter was like 5 pages, single spaced, like 12-point font, very, very like thick sentences, like full, like giant paragraphs sometimes. So like, surprisingly, a couple pages of a Word document is actually huge when it comes to like writing a novel. It's like probably 5,000 or 6,000 words by itself, which is a hefty chapter. Especially in kind of like my sphere that I like reading from, which I'm kind of like modeling my chapter writing similar to how a lot of these longer, huge books that turn into like these giant series. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm excited that I'm actually getting closer and closer to that like halfway point between now and the 25 like chapter mark. And I'm not gonna, just to be clear, I'm not going to like try and speed up the story or try and like word salad to try and make it like faster. I hate the stories that have like just a bunch of bullshit that no one cares about just to fill up a page. So I'd rather write 200 words that matter than 2,000 words that don't. So but yeah, once I feel like the reason this is just, I feel like it's all part of the like larger thing that's happening right now. The like things in motion that are getting me to do a thing wherever it's going to be going. Because I feel like me waiting to post until 25 chapters, I feel like there's a reason that I'm holding back on it, because maybe if I did post it early, it wouldn't have the same impact as me posting it when I have all of those 25 chapters that people can read and kind of binge. I'm a big binge reader, so I understand that like if you see 25 chapters, well, okay, if you like the first chapter, which I'll eventually publish on Royal Road, then it's like, okay, well, you got the first chapter, you're hooked in, you're like, cool, and then if you know that there's 25 extra chapters that you could read of like considerable length on the Patreon for like $5, it's like, well, yeah, fuck yeah, why not, right? Even if it's just you pay it once, you read it, and then you wait for another chunk of chapters to show up, right? It's not even really about the money. Like, money to me only matters in so much as, like, can I sustain myself in doing what I'm doing? Like, if someone said, here is an example, here's X amount of money, this will, like, you'll have a little bit of wiggle room, but it's not too crazy, and you can write, do what you're doing now, and you can just keep doing that, fine. I'd release everything for free because, like, I do not care about money. The only reason that money exists is to be used in order to sustain ourselves, and yeah, that's really it. Like, all this excess greed, and it kind of just sickens me. So it's like, I don't want to ever become a person like that. I think moral integrity is so important, and without it, you're just another one of the people that are preying on others, right? So, you know, that's why I'm like, okay, when I do release a Patreon, $5, you get everything. There's no weird, like, tiering system of, like, you know, hell, if I thought, like, if someone told me that I could put it at $1 and I'd have plenty of people supporting me, I'd do it at $1. So I just, like, mathed it out, and I was like, okay, well, $5 still doesn't feel like a lot, so I feel like it's kind of the sweet spot, but, you know, maybe if there's enough volume of people that are watching my content on YouTube, that maybe I'd be like, okay, like, dollar seems pretty reasonable. But I feel like I'd need a decent amount of people watching before. I guess also I haven't really thought about the fact that YouTube could be its own income source eventually, but look, if no one watches this, that's fine. I've watched it in the future. So, like, hey, future Tom, like, how's it going? But, yeah. Man, I've been yapping today. It's a yappy day. But I don't know. I get the feeling that in the future, these videos will help someone, even if it's just one person. And trying to be as honest and upfront about what I'm thinking, my struggles, how I live on a daily basis, I feel like that is going to mean so much, because a lot of people that do these kinds of things where it's like, oh, I'm improving myself, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, whatever, there's like a sensationalism to it. It's like, feels almost larger than life. Like, yeah, but that guy, like, he went through some shit, so, like, I don't know if I could do that. And it's like, you don't need to be crazy. You don't need to go through extensive, like, yeah, I had, like, you know, the whole coach thing and then the Reiki healing. Obviously, you need some sort of support, right? You can't do it alone. Well, okay. You can do it alone. But there's an asterisk there of, like, you need to be so grounded and so put together first before you can, like, seriously make an effort at doing it by yourself. Most people don't have the time or the energy to get there. And also, it's just so much easier when you have people around you that are supporting you. So it's like, why not take the help that you can? Oh my gosh, there was a gnat. You'll see it in the thing. There's like one gnat, and it's just like, it must have followed me up through the kitchen, because there's a few gnats in the kitchen. We've been trying to deal with them, and they're really frustrating. But Anyway, uh, that so derailed my whole thing. The short of it is getting support will help you. There it was again. It's like it's trying to stop me from saying these words. Fuck you, Nat. Okay. Yeah. Just, you get support from local people that, you know, it could be a local community center. There's a lot of them throughout, like, the country and across the world. You know, there's, like, nonprofit places. There's just, like, just literally getting to know your community. Like, how many people out there can, like, walk to their next door neighbor, knock on their door, and be like, hey, I know you. Like, we're good friends. That used to be really common. Like, I remember when I was little, running over to my neighbor's friend's house and, like, hanging out with the kids that are there. Because it's like, yeah, we're all 7-year-old kids running around and being crazy kids, you know, playing in the gutters in the street, or, you know, walking around on the yard, or whatever it is, right? You know, same thing with, like, apartments. Like, it started changing a little bit, but, like, when I was living in apartments with my family a little bit later, yeah, like, I knew the, like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's, like, 8 or 9 apartments that I was, like, I knew everyone in those apartments, and, like, we hung out at each other's places, and we played outside, and, you know, it's just different now. Like, it's there obviously some of that still exists, but there's definitely, like, a whole underlying thing of, like, technology has made it harder for that to be a thing. So it's kind of sad. I really feel for the people who don't get to grow up like that. It really makes me sad. Anyway, I'm getting mopey. I'm just doing the best I can. I don't know where this is gonna go. Hell, maybe fucking 6 people watch the thing for, like, you know, I got like 6 people who watch one video. Most of the videos have 0 views. That's fine. Like, hopefully it helped those 6 people who watched that one video. I don't even know what thing it was. I'll have to look back, but I also think it's nice to just be able to sit here and think. Let the silence just sit there for a moment. It's nice talking with everyone. So I appreciate all of you. Like, I really do. The future yous. The current ghost that hasn't watched this. I believe. I can feel it, that my life's gonna open up in an incredible way that I can't even begin to believe or understand. And as scary as it feels, I'm fucking ready for it, you know? It's like, alright, life, show me what you got. I've dealt with a lot of the bullshit in the past. and this made me who I am today, but I'm ready to be happy. I'm ready to enjoy life. So, not that I'm not enjoying life now, but it's more of a simple enjoyment rather than like feeling incredibly like fulfilled and blessed and everything. I guess that's even that's not true. Like I feel blessed in my current state. I'm so happy I am who I am. And I'm excited for who I'm going to become. So, all right. I'm going to eat. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.